Welcome to the World of Horror podcast with Mom and Mac. I'm Mom.
And I'm Mac.
This is the podcast where we share our love of international horror. Everyone has their fears, but we are not afraid of subtitles. Disclaimer for adult language and spoilers. Although, Mac, given the movies that we're going to talk about, should we try to have this be a non-explicit language pod?
You know, I can do my very best.
Okay, we'll find out at the end if it needs the
You'll
warning
probably
or
see
not.
me go. Because I hang out on Wednesdays, we hang out with Enoch and his children, and so I catch myself I'll be like, ass,
Okay.
but cut that.
Hi, Mac. How's it going?
Hi, Mom. It is going pretty good. I had a thought today. In my head, I went, okay, sorry, already getting off on a tangent. But when you fill out one of those mental health forms and it's always the same questions of you've been feeling depressed lately. I don't know why. I just started giving myself that in my head. And I was like, I don't think I am feeling depressed. So that was a nice thought to have, you know, I wouldn't say I'm yippee every day, but that's fine. Just not being neutral. That's crazy to me. So that's nice. And I wanted to tell you about this game I started playing. It's called Baby Steps. I feel like you would find it interesting. So I've been obsessed with that. In the game, the whole thing is just you have to control each and every step that the character takes. So it's a lot of balancing physics. But he's a shut-in, a man-child, and he gets transported to this world and just has to and he's extremely socially awkward, but in an actual realistic way, not quirky, but uncomfortable. And this talks a lot about masculinity and, very, very interesting. So I've been kind of obsessed with that. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I just started back teaching last Thursday. So why they started us on a Thursday, no one knows.
That's crazy.
And I started with this class and I thought to myself, oh, this is great. I'm not going to have any problems at all getting them to talk. Because as soon as I said, turn around and talk to the person behind you, it was on. It was just cacophony.
Oh my God.
And one of my friends had his office right outside the door. And he was away he had a little sign on his door. It said be right back or whatever. So he was gone for most of the time. But after the class, I said, well, here's the deal. It was really loud today and I'm sorry about that. But here's the other deal. That's not going to change because I have 29 people in that room and they all seem to want to talk to each other. So,
which is good.
Yeah, which is good. It's good for me.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's okay. It's not going to bother me. So then the next day I had another group of 26 people just down the hallway. These motherfuckers. Oh, swear jar.
These
all right,
knuckleheads.
Forget it. It's too difficult. I just had that thought earlier today. I'm like, oh, come on. We can stay away from swears for one episode.
I already knew. I was like, there's no way.
Well, so these jerks won't talk to me at all.
Dang.
So I said, okay, so when this happens, Titans, what happens is then I ask you to write. So if you won't tell me verbally with your words what your answer is, you can write it down. So everybody get out a piece of paper and they'll talk to each other If I'm like, get with a partner or get in a small group, they'll talk that way. But if I like toss a question out to the crowd, no way.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
You need like one or two really outgoing people, I feel like some people can really be the glue, and if they like break the ice and they're kind of like super like I know, you know, I feel like it makes other people feel more comfortable. But if everybody's just like, what are you gonna say? I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Wild.
Yeah, it's crazy how it can be so different just
Yeah,
between. Yeah.
totally. I mean, these are basically the same groups of people, and it's just different combinations. And so I don't know. We'll see what happens with my quiet group. So I have to sort of plan differently, you know, because with my talkers, I sort of plan for how much, you know, I want them to talk and how much time that's going to take in the lesson and all this stuff. With the non-talkers, now I got to plan for like writing time, you know. Maybe they'll get sick of writing and they'll decide it's better just to talk to me.
I hope it maybe just with more, because the thing that always got me when I was a student was I could not bear the silence. Like that felt worse than just being like, okay, I'll try, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I never know how people can just truly commit to like, no, I'm just going to let it be awkward the whole time.
Yeah, there's somebody in the back and she cannot control her face. So she's just like, like, like what? Like, why are people not talking? And I'm just like at the front, just like, yeah, exactly. Not that she's volunteering.
Yeah, she's not.
Questions.
She's also not talking.
Yeah. It's really weird. I've never had such a silent class. So it would almost be like a nice premise for a horror film.
Like just all the eyes staring at you.
Yeah.
Talk, teacher. We won't respond.
This is kind of creepy.
Yeah. I of course have never taught like classes. I was only a TA one time for one class that met once a week. But it did feel insane sometimes because like in between class or during like more creative periods, they would be so talky with me, like we were buds. But then as soon as I would get up there and be like, and you know, you person I just talked to, no eye contact. I was like, what are we doing here? Like, you know me. I'm not even a stranger. What's going on? And I'm like 1 year older than you. So what's the deal?
Yeah. And I don't know. Maybe I'm scary. I just think I'm like the least like scary person you could get in terms of an instructor.
No, I don't see it.
Yeah. So
but I am biased, so
yeah, it's true.
I think in court my testimony would not hold up. They'd be like, get this guy out of here. This isn't the same thing, but on a horror movie people watching you note. Okay, so today at CrossFit, now I want to preface this by saying what these people did is not wrong, and I would never want to discourage this kind of thing. This is a me thing, I believe, but it was a workout that was like just like, you know, they gave you the sets, 20 minutes, and then just finish as fast as you can. And then me being a beginner, along with like one or two other people, you know, by the end, it was all the extremely buff, fit people watching us. And usually, like, I think during the strength portion, it's fine to be like, yeah, you got it. Yeah, lift that big weight, you know. But when it's like conditioning and my heart rate's 180 and I'm dying, and then I just feel all these eyes from the back being like, you got this, Mac. You got it. Yeah, just keep pushing. I just wanted to be like, shut the fuck up. Like, go do anything else right now but look at me. The coach can look at me and that's it. anybody else, please get the fuck away from me. Like, that's all I wanted to. It made me go faster because I was like, let this be done. Let this be over. Because they
Yeah.
usually don't do that. This is the first time it's happened. And maybe it was like, oh, well, now we know Mac. Now, but I wanted to be like, stop, please. You're making it so much worse right now. Yeah, Mac, you go. Ugh. Like, I drove the whole way home being like, why did they do that? But again,
Aw.
that's sweet. I'm sure there's some people who really like that. Not me. Maybe one day I will. But I feel like conditioning, it's like, listen, I'm going through hell right now. The last thing I need are eyes on me right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like those times when I've been sort of in a boot camp kind of situation, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one time I was doing something on a Bosu ball. Do you ever do anything with
What's
Bosu
that?
balls? It's sort of like if you had a big round ball and you cut it in half.
Oh, and like you stand on it, kind of?
Yeah, it can
Oh,
help you with balance and stuff. So I was on that. My butt was on that, and my legs were in the air, and I was just sort of trying to balance. It was like a core exercise. And somebody said it looked like I was just about to have a seizure.
That's an inside thought.
Yeah. Well, you know, some of the people I used to work out with. So,
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess people
That's
just
crazy.
One thought I had one time, though, is I wonder if people fall in love with their personal trainers because of the endorphins.
Oh, I mean, I wonder if it can go the other way too. Of being like, man, fuck you.
Yeah.
Because there are a few coaches that I really like. I won't name, because I already mentioned to one person there that I have a podcast. So I'm like, what if she listens? So I can't name names. I don't know why I said, anyways. But there's a coach there who is so lovely, and she always like makes me feel so good. Like, she'll just be like, you take form direction so well. Like, I can tell you're really thinking when I tell you. And I'm always like, really? Thank you. So I definitely feel not in love, but like I love her, and I have known her less than 6 months, but I would say like, oh, I love her. So I think there's something to this.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought that one time, this person who, you know, was my coach, and I didn't feel any particular way toward this person. But one time I felt like I had heart eyes. I was just like, oh, like there was like an aura, you know, around their face and everything. Yeah. And I was just like, what is this all about? It's got to be the endorphins.
I felt that on morphine when I had gotten my knee surgery, and then the surgeon came in. He was handsome, as you will remember, but I think also being high on drugs and then having just gone through an intense life experience, when he walked in, I literally did see a halo. I was like, my savior, he's here.
Yeah. Yeah, he was pretty cool, I gotta say. Yeah.
I remember Dad said multiple times, he was like, now that guy, he's like really handsome. I'm not gay, but like I might be gay for that guy.
Oh my God, it was so traumatic. I just can't. It's hard to
It really
think about.
was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was.
I feel like the gravity of it did not hit me at all. Like, I saw the adults be so concerned, and I was like, wait a second. Nobody else is laughing.
No. They're like, yeah, we're going to have surgery today.
That was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
But it all worked out.
It did. It all worked out.
Yeah. We're not in medical debt.
No, we're not.
Even with surgery, knee works just fine. And at that time in my life, I had thought, I wonder what it's like to stay in a hospital. And it was like, the universe was like, well, here you go.
Since you're so curious about it.
Maybe that I have some, like a little bit of like the kind of OCD where I, in a way, sometimes do think that the things that I think can come true. Like I was mentioning this to my friend on Friday, and she said, "This is interesting because I think a lot of religious people have this idea, but you were never religious." And I was like, "I know, but I do think that's it because I feel like I was born with Catholic guilt, but I also like sometimes I'll think like, oh, you stinker, you know." Something really awful, like get into a car accident. And then I think, like whoever's listening, don't do that, please.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy because I literally don't believe in anything. So it's like, who's doing that? I don't know.
What do you mean? Like you're mad at somebody, you be like, get into a car accident. And then you're like, no,
Yeah.
no, no.
No, but don't. Yeah. Because I think, what if I think that and then they do? I'll have
Oh.
caused it.
Oh, yeah.
Which is obviously not true, but.
Yeah. Although I do think like what you put out into the world kind of, reverberates back to you. Do you know what I mean? Just like energetically or whatever.
Yeah. I do think if you're like, I notice when I'm in a good mood, I think the world is nicer,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, well, that's just my brain, like, you'll hear a snicker. And if you're in a bad mood, you're like, they're laughing at me. Whereas if you're in a good mood, you're like, wow, laughter is just beautiful.
I know, it's so crazy. Yeah. I had sort of a depressive dip for a couple of days. And then when I was on the other side of it, I'm like, what the heck was that?
It makes you feel so like, what was wrong with me?
Yeah.
What? Which makes it all feel so weird because you're like this brain built a prison around me. That sucks.
Yeah.
If it could not do that. And then when you think, I know everybody goes through stuff, but sometimes I was talking to somebody at the gym about this because I said how I was, because I was telling this guy asked me, oh, how long have you and your boyfriend been together? And then I feel like I made it seem like Alan is a cradle robber because the phrasing I used, I said things like, I had just turned 18. That's not great. I was like, yeah. And to me, which is a cute detail of Alan messaged me the first day I made my profile, but then added with this, oh, you just turned 18, felt kind of like, oh, and then he scooped you up, right? When you just, like, the guy did not say this, but what I thought was a cute story, his expression was kind of like, oh, okay, So then I was driving home just thinking about it. So I mentioned this to one of the coaches on Sunday. I was like, because she was there. I was like, yeah, I can't stop thinking about that. And she was like, do you have anxiety? And I said, I do. She said, me too. I said, wouldn't you know it? I do take medicine for it. And
it is very intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had an OCD thing the other day. So right in this room, actually, I have this candle that Cole gave me. And then I have this like coffee cup warmer that I use. So I don't have to so it just melts into liquid and then it, solidifies back up. Okay. So I had a therapy session. I turned it on because I like to, smell the pumpkin smell. It's a pumpkin spice candle. And forgot about it. Went to school, remembered. And then I was like, I have burned down my house. That's what's happened. I have it's for sure burned down. If it didn't burn down, then, the cat jumped up there and got burned. Or if that didn't happen, the cat jumped up there, tipped it over, and ruined my laptop. That's like at least what happened. But probably I've burned I can't have a house. I'm not allowed to have a house. What was I thinking buying a house? What a ridiculous idiot. And then I was like trying to counteract it. I'm like, okay, you've left that thing burning for 4 hours before, like when you've been in the house, you know? So I'm like trying to talk to myself. I'm like, think about it. You probably didn't burn down the house. There's no flame. It's like hot wax. How is it going to start a house fire? And yet. Driving just like the maniac, just like,
You think you're gonna see cinders and like trucks everywhere.
It was fine.
But I feel for you so hard because like, I feel like from an outside perspective, you might think, well, that's a crazy thought. And it's like, yeah, but that is real in that moment. You're having real fear of like, oh, my house is burnt down and that's scary. And then you're also like, and I'm in public around people. Okay, great. So yeah, anxiety is probably like the worst thing ever. Because it's real. Like in that moment, it's like your house was burning down for you.
Yeah, and it's just the whole intrusive thought thing is just like really like I'm teaching on the 3rd floor now, and it's just like it's going up and down those stairs. Like I'm gonna jump, and I'm gonna break my legs. I'm gonna break my legs, and then I'll be in this puddle on the ground with broken legs. I won't be dead, you know, but you know, and I'm walking up the steps and everything. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Somebody says hi, you're just like, hi.
Hi. Wonderful to see you. Maybe that is the solution though, to like, you know, be more, you know, outward focused, you know, thinking about other people.
That's what I've been trying to do, because I realize like when I just think about me, it's so, and I try to like always think of like my problem. I make up a friend, or I say one of my friends came to me and told me this, and then I immediately think of the thing to say, and I'm like, oh, okay, so I should just do that, you know? Crazy. It doesn't count if it's me, but if I put my thoughts in another person's head, then it's all clear. So, yeah.
It's almost like having a holiday for the other person.
Yeah. I would say it's kind of like a nightmare.
I didn't want to go there, but
before Christmas.
So, WoHos, you know that we like to look at international horror films, but sometimes we break our own rules and we look at American films, and sometimes we look at films that are sort of tangentially horror related, just because we think it's going to be fun. And it's nice to have fun, and it's nice to feel good. So today we are looking at 2 fall feel-good movies. And the first of these is The Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't have a short plot summary from IMDb because yesterday there was an outage on the East Coast of the United States that had to do with Amazon servers. And apparently IMDb and Amazon are like this. So when I went to IMDb, it said, oops, we can't get that for you right now because we're in bed with Amazon.
It is crazy the amount of things tied to Amazon or the Amazon Web Service. Like, what do you mean flights are delayed? We're letting them be in charge of flights? That's not a good idea.
I know. All right, let me look it up. I'm not going to be able to let it go. The Nightmare Before Christmas, 1993. Oh my gosh, it's so long ago.
I didn't realize it was older than me.
Oh yes, indeed. Sam was just a little guy.
Aww.
Jack Skellington, king of Halloween Town, discovers Christmas Town, but his attempts to bring Christmas to his home causes confusion. Okay, I don't think that's grammatically correct by any stretch. This was directed by Henry Selick. The screenplay was by Carolyn Thompson. It's an adaptation by Michael McDowell based on a story and characters by Tim Burton. And it stars Danny Elfman, Chris Sarandon, Catherine O'Hara, William Hickey, Glenn Shaddix, Paul Rubens, Ken Page, and Ed Ivory. The cinematography is by Pete Kozacek. It's edited by Stan Webb, and music is by Danny Elfman. The release dates are October 9th, 1993 at the New York Film Festival, and October 29th, 1993 in the U.S. It has a running time of 76 minutes. How did you feel about this runtime, Mac?
Oh my God, what if every movie were 76 minutes long? Now that is a perfect runtime, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Does not overstay its welcome at all.
Not at all. So this is a little hard to talk about because a lot of the plot is revealed in the lyrics to the song and or in the animation of the movie. So my first thing that I have written, it says plot, and then it says this is Halloween because that's like the first song. And
wait, did you see it in theaters?
Yes.
That's awesome.
I saw it with your older brother, so he would have been 4.
Oh. It got re-released into theaters and I saw it then. I don't know what age, but so I was able to see it once in theaters. But wow. So crazy to think of a time where this movie didn't exist. Because I guess for me, that has never happened. It's always existed.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that my friend Ben really wanted Sam to see it, and but was a little concerned that it might be a little too much, you know.
It is creepy.
It is creepy. So like I was telling you before, the line that's been going through my head all day is, I am the clown with the tearaway face, here in a flash and gone without a trace. I am the who when you call who's there. I am the wind blowing through your hair. And this is spoken by, or these lines are spoken by various citizens of Halloween Town who are putting together their Halloween celebration.
I love all of them. I feel like this movie, it's like hitting me in a new way as an adult. And I feel like it's so sweet, almost in a way depicting all these people a part of this one culture where for them, all this stuff is joyous. Like to them, this is Christmas. And this is just how all their brains work. And I think that's so sweet.
I do too. Halloween Town is a fantasy world populated by various monsters and supernatural beings associated with the eponymous holiday. I don't know if you needed to say eponymous. Jack Skellington, the well-respected Pumpkin King, leads the town in organizing its annual celebrations. This year, however, Jack grows tired of the same routine and longs for something new. Upon discovering trees containing doors to other holiday-themed worlds, Jack stumbles through the one leading to Christmas Town and is fascinated by the unfamiliar holiday.
This is such a great plot line. Like, it's so adult of like being really good at your job, but being like, I kind of hate it here. And there's a hole deep inside of me. Like, he's depressed.
Yeah. Doesn't he say something about like there's a hole inside of my bones or something? It's like
even
that?
Tears can't like soothe, you know, his empty soul or whatever, which is so sad. That's one of my favorite songs, Jack's Lament. And him just talking about how awesome he is at being scary. But then he's like, but it doesn't make me happy. So what's the point?
Yeah. So once he's in Christmas Town, that leads to the song called What's This? And the lines I took from this song is, oh, look, what's this? They're hanging mistletoe. They kiss? Why, that looks so unique. Inspired! They're gathering around to hear a story, roasting chestnuts on a fire. What's this? So some of the rhymes are a little bit I don't want to say forced, but definitely creative use of rhyme by Mr. Elfman. But Jack returns home and shares his discovery with his friends and neighbors, but they struggle to grasp the concept of Christmas, although they relate to its ruler, Santa Claus, or Sandy Claus, as Jack mistakenly dubs him. After several futile attempts at finding a way to rationally explain Christmas, Jack decides to improve the holiday instead. He announces that Halloween Town will take over Christmas this year and assigns Christmas-themed jobs such as singing carols, making presents, and building a sleigh pulled by skeletal reindeer to various residents.
The town, like when he's explaining it to them, God, I love the people in this town so much. Like the little demon guy, when they're talking about like, oh, what's in the box? And one guy goes, I bet it's a pox. And he's like, a pox, how delightful a pox. Like, that's so funny. Like to them, this stuff is like delightful. Like,
Yes.
like, oh, sickness and terror, or like the one nasty little kid with his eyes sewn shut, my favorite. He's like, perhaps it just sprang out to scare girls and boys. Like that's what they live for. And he's trying to fit this like square peg into a round hole. And I love that they are so obstinately like not getting it. That's perfect.
Yeah.
They'll never get it either.
The musicians, the little trio, is trying to play Jingle Bells, and it's in this like really discordant minor key. And yeah, it's just really so sweet. I love all the toys and things. I guess that comes a little later. Sally, the feminine creation of local mad scientist Dr. Finkelstein, experiences a vision predicting that their efforts will end disastrously. Jack, whom she secretly loves, dismisses her warnings and instructs her to make a Santa Claus suit for him. He tasks mischievous trick-or-treating trio Lock, Shock, and Barrel with abducting Santa. However, he orders them not to involve their superior, Oogie Boogie, a boogeyman with a passion for gambling and Jack's longtime rival, in their plot.
I misspoke earlier. These three kids are my favorite characters. They are the best. The song about capturing the Sandy Claus. Oh my God. This song is so freaking funny when they're like, bury him for 90 years and see if he talks. They're just talking about how they're going to torture Santa. And they're just fighting the whole time. Kidnap the Sandy Claus.
And so this is one of these people is Catherine O'Hara, and another one is Paul Rubens. And I just love them too. And they're just these little shits. Hey, you know what?
So
we're going to
mean.
swear.
Oh.
They're awful. Not as bad as Oogie Boogie, but they are awful. When Lock, Shock, and Barrel bring Santa to Halloween Town, Jack tells him that he will take care of Christmas this year and orders the trio to keep Santa safe. However, they disobey Jack's orders and bring Santa to Oogie, who plots to play a game with Santa's life at stake. As Jack departs to deliver presents in the real world, Sally, after failing to stop him beforehand, attempts to rescue Santa from Oogie, only to be captured herself.
That Oogie Boogie song sung by Ken Page. Oh my God. What a showstopper. And I love the like glow in the dark fluorescence in the Oogie Boogie's area. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, we should have said if you're unfamiliar with this cinematic masterpiece, I mean, it's all stop motion. And so they really do make the most of these characters, you know, in terms of the set design and how they're manipulated.
Yeah. And I think like, I don't know what the state of like using CGI to enhance that was like then. The only thing I thought I noticed was like that one guy who was kind of his own Matryoshka doll. Like he had under his hat a smaller guy, and then under his hat smaller guy. I think because those guys are so small, like that was somehow done like with CGI. It looked a little bit more like edited, but everything, which I mean is I find that to be a creative use of CGI. Like that's like they had a problem and they fixed it. And I just feel like you can just tell that throughout the movie. It's so full of like creativity because they were so limited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I'm just thinking of the, this isn't related to what you were saying, but I was just thinking of the mayor too, with his two faces and how his face, flips back and forth depending on how frightened he is.
That guy's got anxiety.
Oh, big time.
Oh, I love his line. I'm just an elected official. I can't make decisions by myself.
From Oogie Boogie's song, I took "He's ancient, he's ugly. I don't know which is worse. I might just split a seam now if I don't die laughing first," which is pretty great because he doesn't take Santa Claus seriously at all. Because I mean, this is sort of the really wicked side of Halloween Town. Somebody who thinks that innocence and wholesomeness is just funny.
Mm-hmm. I love there's a little detail. He's like cranking something. And at one point he lets it go and the crank keeps going, but hitting his like huge stomach. And I don't know, just stuff like that. I feel like they've thought of. I feel like they love these characters too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. So meanwhile, Sally is bemoaning Jack's intention to take over Christmas this year. And she sings, "What will become of my dear friend? Where will his actions lead us then? Although I'd like to join the crowd in their enthusiastic cloud." And then she's basically saying she can't get into it. She is not vibing with this idea.
She's so fun. Like she's always poisoning the doctor that created her because he has like their whole plot line is very odd. So much so that she'll throw herself out of like a window, which breaks all her limbs, but she keeps like needle and thread to sew herself back up. She's so crafty.
Yeah. Jack's presence terrify the real-world populace, who contact the local authorities and are instructed to lock down their homes for protection. The military is alerted and Jack is shot out of the sky, leading Halloween Town's populace to believe he is dead. It is revealed that he survived and has crashed into a nearby cemetery. Oh, I just love that shot too. When he's like laying on the angel's arms. Bemoaning the trouble that he has caused, Jack realizes he nonetheless enjoyed the experience and that it gave him new ideas for celebrating Halloween, reigniting his love for the holiday.
How terrifying is it to see all those toys in the real world? Or the kid turns around and just holds up like a shrunken head to like his parents, who later we see are still fainted on the ground when he gets his real present. Or there are these things just chasing these other two little kids who are like banging on their parents' door to save them. It's so scary. And I love how serious this world takes Christmas. Like they're like, get that guy fucking out of the sky. And Jack's like, they're celebrating. Like they love us. And then he goes, wait, they're shooting at us. They shot this guy out of the sky. That's so funny. And then they were like, there's still no sign of Santa Claus. Unfortunately, I think Christmas is canceled. I want to live in this world.
Aww. Upon returning home, Jack rescues Santa and Sally, confronts Oogie, and defeats him by unraveling a thread holding his cloth form together, causing all of the insects inside Oogie to spill out and reduce him to nothing. Though displeased with Jack for his foolish actions and not listening to Sally earlier, Santa makes amends with him and resumes his yearly duties, replacing Jack's presents with genuine ones and saving Christmas. Like he takes the shrunken head and he gives the kid a puppy. All of Halloween Town celebrates Jack's return. Santa brings a snowfall to the town, thereby bringing the Christmas spirit upon it, while Jack and Sally finally declare their love for each other.
Aww.
The only part that I don't like about this, though.
Same. I like Sally's character, but at the same time, I do not. There are some parts of it that I like and other parts where it feels like a self. Have you heard of this concept of a self-insert, like original character? Like, I honestly did it when I was in middle school, where you draw a character that is you because you are in love with another fictional character and you'll draw fan art of you two. I did this
I've never heard
in
of that
middle
before,
school.
but I can totally see it.
That's what she is to me. It feels like somebody loves Jack Skellington and they were like, I'll just put Sally in here. And they ended up together because, like, because you get the sense Sally has not gone out much. She's kind of new to living. So how is Jack even like my friend? Like, when we see them interact anytime before this, he's like, oh, hey, Sally, what's your name? You know, he's the most popular guy in town. This guy doesn't know who she is. Suddenly he's like, oh, I love you. Kind of crazy.
Well, she was trying to tell him that emptiness that he felt inside was the lack of a romance with her.
Ugh.
I know. Gross.
Not a fan.
No, not a fan of that part. Everything else?
But them two, that's a big couple's costume for generations to come, for like people who consider themselves a little bit more alternative. So good for them.
Well, here's some trivia, Mac. Tim Burton has said the original poem was inspired after seeing Halloween merchandise display in a store being taken down and replaced by a Christmas display. This juxtaposition of ghouls and goblins with Santa and his reindeer sparked his imagination. Danny Elfman found writing Nightmare's 10 songs as one of the easiest jobs I've ever had. I had a lot in common with Jack Skellington. Having created demos of all the songs for the director's approval, Elfman had gotten really attached to Jack, since he could relate to being loved and famous, as he was the lead singer of his band Oingo Boingo. But like Jack, he was no longer happy with his situation. Elfman mustered up all his courage to ask his friend and producer Tim Burton if he could voice Jack, but before he could finish, Burton simply told him, "Danny, don't worry about it. You got the part." I wonder if that story is actually true.
It sounds fake.
It does sound fake.
Because, I mean, whoever's the voice actor they got for Jack, he sounds just like Danny Elfman. So maybe that guy couldn't sing, or maybe they were like, yeah no, this is fine, you know.
So the actor who plays Jack's voice is Chris Sarandon, who is in Child's Play, the cop.
Oh.
And also in Fright Night, the original Fright Night.
Wow. Big career.
Yeah. And was married to Susan Sarandon, but.
Oh, wait, did Susan Sarandon take his name or he took her name?
She took his name.
Oh, okay. I thought for a second I was about to be like, this is awesome. He would take her name.
It took a group of around 100 people 3 years to complete this movie. For 1 second of film, up to 12 stop-motion moves had to be made.
Wow.
Despite pushback from Disney, Tim Burton and Henry Selick fought against animating Jack Skellington with eyes. According to a 2018 Mouse Planet report, Burton said, "The first rule of drawn animation is that you have to have eyes for expression. I thought it would be great to give life to these characters that have no eyes." He added, "Disney really fought for us to give Jack these friendly eyes instead of dark holes, but we wouldn't budge."
Thank God.
In 2013, Catherine O'Hara participated in Danny Elfman's music from the films of Tim Burton to perform Sally's song from this film. She received a standing ovation when she entered the stage, as well as when she left.
Mm.
Well, briefly, what does Letterboxd have to say about it? Ave gave it a 0.5 star. "My sister is mad at me because I don't like this."
And add me to that list. I'm just kidding.
Alan M 14 gave it a 0.5 star. "This movie was too odd."
Okay. Nuclear take.
Turtle Woo gave it a 0.5 star. "This is my ex's favorite movie, so I give it 1 star because he sucks. I also didn't like it when I saw it, but he made it worse."
That is so funny.
But Laura Fern gave it 5 stars. "I get the hype." Lodun gave it 5 stars. "Obsessed with this not in a hot topic way, but in it shaped me fundamentally as a person way."
Man, the amount of merch that they sell of this film, it is crazy. And the amount, like, you can just picture in your mind, like, it is a cultural staple now of seeing a guy with a Jack Skellington like beanie and just knowing everything about him just from that.
Brookie B 43 gave it 5 stars. "Jack's the GOAT. Sally is the only sane one. Oogie Boogie got some bars." And I didn't want to say it before, but I do have a Jack Skellington Christmas ornament.
Why didn't you want to say it before?
Oh, I don't know. Even I
That's
have
perfect.
succumbed to the
Oh, I mean, listen, I got pens with Jack Skellington on them. Like, you know, I have had clothing with him on it. Like, it's such a great movie, you know?
It is a great movie. Well, how would we rate it?
Delightful hats made out of rats.
Yes. So good.
5 hats.
I was about to say, aside from the love story, 4.5 hats. Made out of rats.
4.5. I don't know. It's like, I waffle because I don't like that part. And usually I'm like, oh, 5 stars if I wouldn't change anything. But then at the same time, I'm like, well, I still wouldn't change anything about it. So call it nostalgia, but I'll give it 5 bats made out of rats.
I think that's fair. What have we learned?
Like, you can like something, but maybe don't steal from people, or like if your plan involves kidnapping and like, you know, conscripting like 3 known evil children, you need to rethink the plan.
Yeah.
If you have to tell them, don't feed him to the boogeyman, no, you've gone too far.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I was thinking about this last night when I couldn't sleep. I'm like, what did we learn from this film? And I was going to say, stay in your lane. But then I thought, no, don't stay in your lane. You should get out of your lane sometimes.
But you could like reach out a friendly hand. I'm sure if you had gone up to Santa and been like, I love your town, you know, I just ended up here. Do you want to come to Halloween Town? But he literally said like, not anyone, in fact, but me. Why I could build a Christmas tree. And it's like, bro.
Hubris.
All this Halloween Town stuff got to his head.
Yes. Because he's a pumpkin king.
He is a king.
Would we watch it again?
Yes, tomorrow, today.
What is your favorite scene, Mick?
I mean, how do you pick? Like any of the songs. That's my favorite. Like I could watch any of them right now and sing along. I guess the one I've watched the most though is Oogie Boogie Song. I do feel as though that one is the best performed. It is the best visually, and Oogie Boogie is a great amount of scary for a children's film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. We should get Sam on the line and just see how, if he can remember how he actually felt about it. Because Oogie Boogie is pretty scary. And then
when all the bugs are coming out,
ugh. Forget that part. I mean, oh my God. Yeah, I think that's really good. I mean, I think the animation is so great. Like when he goes to Christmas Town and he's on that carousel. And I also like it when he's experimenting. He's got his whole like setup there, and he's like, I don't know, he's got his equations on the board and everything like that. I just think it's an amazing sequence.
He like breaks up an ornament and then like puts it in like a beaker and then it shines like green.
So
and he goes, but what does it mean?
Who wins the You Fool award?
Jack.
Poor Jack.
Oh, Jack. Got a town full of yes men.
Yeah, that's right.
They were like, yeah, sure, Jack. Whatever you say, Jack.
Yeah, we just did this whole Halloween thing, but sure, no problem. We'll go ahead.
Take over Christmas.
It's not. I do like the reindeer.
I love the reindeer. They're so funny. And how like Rudolph gets retold through Zero the dog with his bright pumpkin nose, and Sally's like, "Damn it, my plan."
Yeah, with her frog juice.
Frog's breath. Nothing more suspicious than frog's breath.
So that was The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yay!
Well, the K-pop Demon Hunters short plot summary from IMDb says, a world-renowned K-pop girl group balanced their lives in the spotlight with their secret identities as demon hunters.
Ooh. I was so late on this movie. I just watched it yesterday, and I gotta admit, when I first saw the trailer, I thought, that can't be good. I don't know why I had that thought. I feel like I'm pretty pessimistic, I guess, with new movies. But then everybody I know ever has been talking about it. And then I even heard some songs at the gym, and I asked the coach, I was like, oh, what's your favorite K-pop group? And she said, I don't have one. I just love the movie K-pop Demon Hunters. And I was like, oh, I did. And it was the Soda Pop song. But I was like, man, what group is this? This is so good. So, and then when I watched it, I can confirm I do believe it is a very good film. So.
Oh, good. I didn't know. I wondered.
I thought it was delightful. Well, K-pop Demon Hunters was directed by Maggie Kang and Chris Applehans, with screenplay by Danya Jimenez, Hannah McMecken, Maggie Kang, Chris Applehans, with story by Maggie Kang. It stars Arden Cho, An Hyosap, Mei Hong, Ji Young Yu, Yoonjin Kim, Daniel Day Kim, Lost, Ken Jeong. We all know Ken Jeong.
Yeah.
Lee Byung-hun from I Saw the Devil and Squid Game. And also, crazily, there's this guy, if you are a big YouTube fan, you might know a guy by the name of ProZD, aka I think his name's like Sungwon Cho. He is the voice for Abby, but he's great. Edited by Nathan Schaff with music by Marcelo Zarvos. It was released June 20th, 2025 with a runtime of 100 minutes. And I would say that in a way, I almost wish it was longer because I feel
What?
like there was a lot that didn't get touched on, you know?
Mm.
I realized I had questions after, but not in like a bad way. Like I feel like they did, they were trying to make a tight movie. I still get what they all were trying to say, but I do feel like the world could be fleshed out even more. And I guess they might be making more of them. So there you go. I think there's a lot to still build on.
Yeah.
Well, here's the plot. We get this kind of like world building that long ago, demons preyed on humans, feeding their souls to their ruler, Guima, who is voiced by Lee Byung-hun. Eventually, 3 women became demon hunters and used their singing voices to create a magical barrier against demons called the Han Moon. As time passed, new trios of hunters emerged to maintain the Han Moon with the ultimate goal of strengthening it to the Golden Han Moon, a final seal that would banish demons permanently. Which I love this little sequence where they show throughout time all the little girl groups, we got like the traditional, like they're warriors with these beautiful voices, and then all the way up to like, 60s, like doo-wop-y kind of looking girls, and then 90s girl groups to today. And I gotta say, like the character design on this is just so good. Like I will give a preface that I would say I'm a very casual K-pop fan, and I have to say it like that because I feel like there's a few levels of like, don't listen at all, have heard songs and you don't know it's K-pop, but you like them, know a few K-pop songs, to know groups that maybe you follow, all the way up to like, and I say this with love, but like you're batshit insane. Like you are a crazy person. Again, I mean that. I feel like you have to be self-aware and you have to know that, yeah, you are a little bit crazy. I am actually, I genuinely do feel like I maybe don't want to go to like a popular group show. This might just seem dramatic, but I'm like, I will not love it as much as everybody there, Like I had the opportunity to see Taylor Swift once. Now no offense, I'm not a huge Taylor Swift fan at all. Like I would say I trend towards actively kind of disliking her music. So I had no interest. But then at the same time, I was like, I'm going to be surrounded by people who are obsessed with her.
Yeah.
And I don't want to rain on anyone's parade, like this is their area. They need to have fun. And I'm going to be there like not enjoying it. So I shouldn't even be there. But I even feel as though casually enjoying it is not going to be enough. I'm being kind of facetious, but anyway, so I enjoy K-pop and I follow a few groups. Idol and ATEEZ are my favorites. And I just feel like this styling is so good. Like of the characters, they're like brightly colored hair and their outfits. It's just like a feast for the eyes. And I like how all the female characters look very different. They're all very distinct. And I think this is a nice movie to look at. Like it's very aesthetically pleasing. So in the present day, we have our K-pop girl group Hunter X, comprised of Rumi, Mira, and Zoe. They are the latest demon hunting trio trained by former hunter Celine. Rumi, we find out after, which I don't know how I didn't know this. Like somehow this spoiler never got to me, but we find out that she is half demon. She's got all these like the demons have these really cool looking like marks that kind of look like tattoos over their body. And so she wears, like she's always very covered up to hide this because Mira and Zoe do not know this. Only her and Celine know this because Celine raised Rumi, and Rumi's also the daughter of like a prior hunter who was in the same girl group as Celine. But Celine's very much like, hide it, don't tell anybody, and
Right.
it'll all be fine once you do the golden honeymoon. And then, you don't even have to worry about it anymore. So she's grown up with so much shame around it. So, disquieted by the demonic patterns gradually spreading across her skin and also affecting her voice,
Her
because
voice.
yeah, they were going to take like a little break after this latest, little concert, but then she immediately wants to push the release of their new song Golden so that she can go ahead and get that golden honeymoon set up. But it includes such a crazy high note that when they're practicing, she just can't hit it. And it's because these demon patterns keep spreading. And so she pushes forward the release and live performance of the single Golden, hoping it will turn the honeymoon gold. Oh, yeah, which they're hoping, she especially is hoping, will turn the honeymoon gold and erase her patterns. And the other two don't. And this is the beginning of maybe my complaint about this movie is the other two characters are so great, but they are straight up side characters. They are not main characters. Like Rumi is the main character of this movie. And those other two, they might as well be wallpaper sometimes. Like they're just like the nice one and the tough one, like Bubbles and Butter. It's like if these are the Powerpuff Girls. It's like if Bubbles and Buttercup were like, oh, what's wrong, Blossom? And like that's most of their characterization in the movie, which I think is kind of a shame. Well, in the demon world, Guima grows enraged at his minions' failures. 5 demons who randomly do look very handsome compared to the other monstrous demons. And they are led by the former human Genu. They form a boy band called the Saja Boys because they're like, well, just, we can't just beat the hunters. We have to steal their fans because that's where they get their power. So they form the group, the Saja Boys, in hopes of weakening the Han Moon in exchange for Guima to erase Genu's human memories, which cause him lots of torment. And because apparently Genu, even before this, has like a great voice. Watching their debut, the Saja Boys, Hunter X quickly discover their demonic nature. Because this sequence is so great because like the girls they're worried about Rumi losing her voice, so they go to this doctor, voiced by Daniel Day Kim, to get this tonic, which I love the set of gags where we just increasingly find out that this guy is just a total like snake oil salesman. Like he's got a photo of the 4 of them, but he's just a sticker that he put on a photo of them. And so they run into the Saja Boys in this alley, and all 3 of them find at least one of them attractive. But in particular, Rumi and Genu kind of have a moment where it is kind of like a Korean like romance drama where it's like they bump into each other and you think, oh, he's going to catch her, but he just lets her fall and all of the tonics go everywhere. And she just looks at him like, what the fuck? Like, this isn't how this is supposed to go. And he just kind of looks at her with like disdain. And so instantly they're all like, hey, fuck these guys. We hate these guys. And they just do like a random pop-up show in the middle of this like square. And they do the great song Soda Pop, which is such a bop. And these guys are designed so well. Like all of them are just so boy bandy, and they all got this like multicolored hair and these bright outfits, and with their demonic powers, as they're singing, they're kind of making the whole city like more vibrant and beautiful. So it confuses, well, Zoe in particular, who just finds them like very hot, and she's like, well, maybe they're like not bad because they're kind of making everything around here look nice. But the other two like, no, like they're demons, we can't like them.
There's like one line, they're like, they can make hearts appear in the air.
And I love that their eyes turn to corn, which then turns to popcorn because they're so hot.
So good.
And I love the like, it's 3D animated, but then they'll have these moments where it's like they get so chibi-fied, and like their expressions are very cartoony. And I think that makes the movie so much more charming than if they were just those 3D models the whole time. So they attack them after a variety show. They're trying to and I just love, they get all suited up in these black outfits. It very much reminds me of like Blackpink, the more tough kind of looking girl groups. But the Saja boys quickly find them out. And this is just another great nod, I feel like, because I have watched variety shows. These K-pop groups, not only do they have to know how to dance and sing, which is like something they've been training for so long, but then they got to do dumb shit like this, where they're on these shows where they are just doing stuff like tasting hot sauce and like talking to the mostly older male hosts. That's all of them. They're never... there are some of them, but they're mostly these like older, schlubby looking guys. And then you have the most beautiful people who like train hard every day, who just kind of have to like be humiliated. Like that's part of their job, which I always found very strange. So I thought this was like another, like, I just feel like this movie is made just like Nightmare Before Christmas, like with so much love and like attention to detail at like every juncture. And so the girls are not able to catch them by surprise. The Saja boys are like, and Hunter X is here. And they make them go down the slide, but then it's awkward because like they're just going down super slowly until they fall into this ball pit. And then they have to run after the Saja boys. And so they're fighting them, and they're in like a male's like hot like bath, that, which is just funny because the other two girls, Zoe and Mira, have been trying to get Rumi to go to the hot bath with them, but obviously she won't because she doesn't want to reveal her. Which I just love this detail. You know, it's like this is keeping her back from her friends in so many ways. They can tell that there's something she's holding back, even with silly stuff like this. But anyway, so they fight in this bathhouse. It's really fun sequence because all these old guys turn into demons. And as they fight, Jinu discovers Rumi's patterns, but then like he like kind of brushes past her and like ties a cloth around her arm so the other girls won't know, because he realizes that they don't know, which leaves Rumi very confused because it's like, well, what's this demon's aim? So they meet privately. There's this adorable cat creature and adorable crow creature with this awesome hat that give her this like summons letter, and they can teleport. It's very cool. And so she meets with Jinu. Jinu tells Rumi that feelings of shame enslave demons through voices from Guima. He tells her that 400 years prior, Guima granted him a beautiful voice that helped his family emerge from poverty, but then condemned him to the demon world. And so now Jinu lives with guilt over his family's downfall, because he says that when he was taken to the demon world, it left his family in ruins. And I just love all of the symbolism here. I think this is something many people can relate to, of negative voices in your head and feeling like you have to hide part of yourself. Like there's a part of you that's fundamentally wrong. And if people find out, they'll hate you. So I think all the symbolism in this movie is very good. As the Saja boys grow more popular, the Han Moon is weakened, allowing more demon attacks to occur. With the Idol Awards approaching, Hunter X rushed to produce a new song, Takedown, to expose the Saja boys. Rumi's discomfort with the song's harsh, demon-hating lyrics strains her relationship with Mira and Zoe, because the both of them are like, what would be bad about, saying this stuff to demons, guys we hate? And I mean, the lyrics are like, they're so mean. They're like, you don't deserve to live. Like, right, you're disgusting. Exactly. And obviously Rumi the whole time is, firstly, she's like, well, Jinu doesn't seem like that bad of a guy. And she's having this like crisis, because now when she's fighting demons, she's like, are you being held prisoner too? Like, she can't, she's struggling now knowing that a demon could do something nice. Whereas the other two have no idea this is happening. So they both are just like, what's wrong with you? So Rumi proposes a plan to Jinu. If he helps Hunter X win the Idol Awards and strengthen the Han Moon, he could freely stay in the human world. Later, Rumi tells Jinu that her shame about her demon heritage weakened her voice, but talking with him healed it. Then Jinu says that he no longer hears voices thanks to Rumi and agrees to sabotage the Saja boys. And they have a very cute song together where they're both like flying in the sky, holding hands. It's very sweet.
So sweet.
And yeah, it's very lovely that they are able to, she's able to make him feel more like a human again. And he's able to show her that, like, okay, just because you're half demon doesn't mean that just automatically makes you a bad person. But immediately after they depart, Guima summons Jinu, reminds him of the truth that he actually abandoned his family for a life of wealth and comfort. So it wasn't that, Guima took him. It was like he chose to leave them in poverty and live in luxury, and then threatens to amplify the tormenting voices if he reneges on their deal. So at the Idol Awards, Hunter X performed Golden. They decide to shelve Takedown due to the contention it has caused between them. And everything seems to be going well. Like, Rumi's voice is back. She's hitting them high notes. The sequence is so amazing. She's flying on this, like, circle thing that she's holding on to. But then the girls, Mira and Zoe, I think they see their manager, who I haven't even mentioned this whole time, but he is so cute and I love him so much. So they're off chasing demons that were sent by Jinu to lure them away. And two other demons who the audience clearly knows are demons, but they're impersonating Mira and Zoe. They trick Rumi into performing Takedown, and it's such a sad sequence. I love it though, because it's like Rumi's worst fears come to life, like Mira and Zoe, kind of pushing her and like, shoulder checking her as they're dancing, and then like saying the lyrics at her, like, this is what we feel about you. And then they rip her clothes off, revealing her patterns. So she flees the stage and runs into the real Mira and Zoe, who obviously feel extremely betrayed upon learning of her hiding her demon nature and collusion with Jinu. And they even like raise their weapons against her because she is a demon. And it's so, but you totally understand why they're upset. I think Mira says, like, how are we, if you're hiding this big of a thing, how are we supposed to tell your lies from the truth? And it's fair, because there's been so many scenes now where she's just just like lied to their faces. Even when they've asked her, like, hey, things seem like weird. Are you okay? She's like, no, it's fine. Everything's fine. No, it's okay. So she runs away. They let her go. And she confronts Jinu for tricking her, and he admits to lying about his past, to which she is still like, well, so what? You made like a mistake. That doesn't make you like a horrible person. But Guima, strengthened by the influx of consumed souls and the decaying Han Moon, enters the human world and casts a trance over the public, including Mira and Zoe. And I love this because they had a little heart-to-heart earlier where Mira and Zoe were saying things that they are self-conscious of, and how being in this group has really made them feel better about themselves. And again, that's another scene where Rumi does not share in the vulnerability. But so all of these things that we already know are, anxieties that they have are like voices. And I love that it's their own voice in their head. Like, for Mira, it's like, you don't have a family. Like, how could you ever think that this was a family? And then Zoe's is, you're too much and also never enough. And I thought that was so good. And so they all just, and then including the manager, it's like, you couldn't protect the girls. Like, you couldn't do anything to help them. And so everybody's just walking. It kind of reminds me of the SpongeBob movie when Plankton put all those buckets on people's heads. It's a little bit like that. They're all walking towards the Saja Boys performance, and Guima, who is this beautiful flame also. He's very cool looking. So everybody's walking towards the Saja Boys' final performance. They're performing in their black outfits. They look so cool. But a desperate Rumi meets with Celine and asks her to end her life. She's like, hey, this shit sucks and it's not working. All the things you said were going to work did not work. And I like that this scene does not end well. Like, it's a horrible confrontation because Celine doesn't give her anything that she wants. She's, like, well, I took you in because you're the last remaining thing of your mother, and I always swore to protect you. And so I loved you. But Rumi argues, no, you told me to hide a fundamental part of myself from everybody. And if this is what the Han Moon is, then I think it shouldn't exist, which
Right.
it makes it seem like she's evil now. And I do love this detail of like, as her patterns get more vibrant, like one of her eyes is turning a little bit more demonic too. It's very cool looking. And so she runs away, and because she refuses to restore the status quo, because obviously it's not working. Rumi lashes out at Celine for never fully loving her, and abruptly leaves. So, during the Saja Boys' performance, Rumi comes in and interrupts them with an improvised new song addressing her own shame and self-acceptance, and her patterns have started to turn more bluish, kind of like angelic, rather than demonic. And that breaks Mira and Zoe out of Guima's trance as well. Reunited, Hunter X fight back and free the crowd, and a repentant Genu sacrifices himself to save Rumi from a direct attack by Guima, giving his restored soul to reinforce her, saying that, like, you made me feel like a person again, so this
Right.
is what I can do. So now I give, myself to you, which is very sweet. So then the empowered Hunter X defeat Guima and the remaining Saja boys, resealing the demons and creating a new Han Moon. Afterward, no longer ashamed of her patterns, Rumi celebrates with Mira and Zoe at the bathhouse spa, and then they later meet their fans in the public. And now her patterns they kind of just look like white scars. Like, she's freely wearing them, or wearing clothes that show them, and everything's okay.
Yeah.
Yay!
Happy ending.
Well, here's some trivia. There is a deeper meaning to the name Saja Boys. The Korean word Saja can mean lion, and we see that their logo and branding include lion imagery. However, in Korean folklore, Yosung Saja are grim reaper figures who escort the souls of the dead back to the afterlife. Typical depictions of Yosung Saja show them wearing a black hanbok and a gat, which is the wide-brimmed hat that they're wearing, just like the Saja boys in their demon forms. Also, cute detail. At one point, Rumi asks, why does this bird have a hat? And Genu just says, well, I made it for the cat, but the bird keeps stealing it. So cute. In an interview with Forbes, director Maggie Kang said that the Saja boys share the same CG body, except for Abby Saja, because he's a little bit bigger. We bulked him up like 20%. His abs are crazy. He's so Dorito shaped. And even at one point, like, he says to one of them, he's like, I knew you girls were looking. And they're like, no, we're not. But their eyes are turning into popcorn again. Han Moon translates to soul door. That's cool. According to co-director Maggie Kang, the Maltese tiger and magpie duo, whose names were not revealed in the movie, are named Derpy and Sussy. And the reason why they can travel between the human world and the demon world is because they are not demons, but Korean supernatural creatures. She based them on a famous Korean folk painting of the tiger and the magpie. Aww.
That's cool.
And this is the first Netflix film to open at number 1 at the box office, earning $18 million. That's crazy. Well, briefly, what does Letterboxd have to say about it? Aaron Hart gave it 5 stars. Ignore that I watched this 2 days in a row. Fair. Binky Bank gave it 5 stars. Found the OCD tiger very relatable. Oh, yeah. It like keeps tipping over this plant with its huge body, and with its like paw just keeps trying to turn it back up, but it can't. This movie's just full of like very sweet, silly moments that I think give it its heart.
Yeah.
Horror Fantasy 8 gave it 5 stars. The more I watch it, the more I love it. But Not everybody feels this way. Briar the steak gave it a half star. Some shit Rosie would like. The cat?
Some chick named Rosie.
We should just start saying that. Like, you point at some cat food, like, this is some shit Rosie would like. Teeth gave it a half star. This probably goes hard if you're 8 years old or incredibly stupid. Okay.
Wow.
Like, I don't think it's that stupid of a plot. Like, I think it's pretty telegraphed and you kind of know what's going to happen. But I was surprised at how, I feel like, meaningful it was. And I think it's a great message. Oh, how horrible that a movie's message is that you should love yourself and be your full true self with you and the people that love you. Oh my God. That shit's for babies. Okay. And Milk Kittens gave it a half star. Bro, this was so buns. AKA ass. Well, how would we rate it? How about
that Hanbok, the little hat?
yes. I'd give it 4.
Oh, okay. See, I would probably give it 5.
A 4.5.
But you don't have to change.
I think, like, I would like if some things were a little bit more fleshed out. Like, I was disappointed at how little it felt like we got to know Zoe and Mira.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
But then at the same time, I get why they did it. You know, I can't say I could have done it better. And I still feel like for what it is, it's very good.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I think I'll bring it down to 4.5 for that reason.
That's a respectable 4.5.
Yeah.
What have we learned? You know, be yourself. Well, you know.
But also, man, that shame stuff goes really deep. And that's hard to get over. Especially if, you've had it since childhood.
Mm-hmm. And working on it will not only make you happier, or not less miserable, I should say, but will also bring you closer to people in your life, I think. And I think that if you are already lucky enough to have people in your life who love you a lot, it would be worth opening up to them, because you will probably be surprised at how much they do accept you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that will make you feel better.
Agreed.
Would we watch it again? Yes.
Yep.
Favorite scene?
I think the whole sequence when she's singing Golden, it's like so tense because, the audience starts to realize that she's been tricked by these demons and stuff. We realize it before she does. But it's right before that is such a triumph because she's able to sing finally again. So there's just a really kind of complicated moment that I thought was really handled well.
Yeah. I'd say mine is, I guess I did really like the demonic voices getting to everybody's like insecurities. I thought that was a really well done way of showing like anxiety. And I just love the detail that it's not Guima's voice. It's like their own voice in their head. And their insecurities that we know have already existed, just getting like amplified. I think this is very intelligently written.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's a great word for it, intelligent. And there's so much, just in the beginning, there's just so much laying out of the lore. Like, it's pretty complicated stuff. The Han Moon and all this stuff. I mean, it's pretty rad. But, if you don't come from this culture, I'm just amazed at how easily they were able to explain everything.
Yeah.
In a way that a child could understand it.
Yeah. Who wins the You Fool Award?
I guess.
Celine.
Oh, Celine. Ugh. She made me mad.
Me too. Like, How could you tell a little girl that you're shameful? And then to throw it in her face like, well, I took care of you when your mom died. It's like, shittily.
Yeah.
You told me to hide myself from my friends, so that's not taking care of me.
I guess a close second would be the boy. What was his name?
Genu?
Genu. Yeah. Close second.
And even I just love all the themes in this movie, like Celine representing this, like, you need to be perfect. And they even mention it because she kind of trains the Hunter X girls, even with their, K-pop stuff. And they seem to really be like, well, she needs everything to be done perfectly. And I think that can be so toxic. Like, it can produce amazing things, yes, but at the detriment, which is not totally touched on in the movie, which is fair because it's a children's movie, but I would say pop star life, I think maybe putting children through boot camps, into this extremely critical and harsh world is like not a great thing to do to like a child, even if that child grows up to an adult who's like, oh, I love being a pop star. It's like those people go through so much. Like, I really do love K-pop and like love seeing the amazing things that these people can do. And then at the same time, there is kind of a burden of knowing, like, are these people miserable? Like, we'll never know because they're not allowed to show it ever. So it seems pretty dark too.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
And like, we get to see the girls like eat all this food, but in real life, that ain't happening. I really don't think they're letting those stars pig out on stuff,
Yeah, that's true. Well, thank you, Mac, for having this conversation with me about The Nightmare Before Christmas and K-pop Demon Hunters. And thank you, WoHos, for joining us and for all your support. It means the world of horror to us truly. We appreciate you downloading the show and telling all your friends all about us. Next time, we will be looking at more feel-good fall movies with Turning Red and Paranorman. Remember, WoHos, we love you, and don't go into the basement.
Yay!